Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm just giving some, just tips for us parents out there. Obviously, I'm not over here trying to act like I know everything, this and that. I'm never someone that's going to speak down other parents. You do what works for you, absolutely. I'm a fan of just always trying to be the best I can be and grow. That's how you gotta just build yourself up. Even if you think that you are the best, you can always maybe just make sure that you're spot on. Also, what I say here, you might have heard multiple times, you might have thought about, but the key and the trick to everything is to make sure you remember it. You can consume the content, but you got to make sure you retain it. So you have to do what you need to do to make sure that you're on top of it. But look, first one, listen to your child. Now, how best ways to listen? Make eye contact, give full attention. Don't kind of just brush it off. You have so much stuff going on, work and other things, you're not really paying attention, just saying, yeah, that's great, this and that. Make sure you're giving full attention. If you got to go run to the bathroom or do something really quick, tell them you need a minute, go do it, come back, give your full attention. Now, avoid interrupting or showing judgment. You don't want to act like you don't want your kids to open up to you and you're like dragging them down. They're not going to want to open up to you. Obviously, depending on what the topic is, you might have to be a little more certain way about it, but try to just be as judgmental as possible to at least for them to say everything that they want to say, then give your input on it from there. you know Number two is show them love and support. Obviously, this is a big one. How can we do stuff like this? Number one is going to be spend quality time. Now, quality time is not, hey, I have an hour, now we're just kind of hanging out, both sitting on the couch on our phone. Like, no, now that you got to break out the board games, maybe really talk about, in depth about what's going on or what you guys are doing or something about them. Take them to the park and engage, play the game with them. Make sure that you are being as hands-on as you can be and, just contributing whatever they're doing. So they're not just running around playing and you're just standing there watching. Like, make sure you are involved. Give them hugs and affection. Show them some love. Obviously, you might do it in your own way, but nothing's wrong with you hugging your kid and telling them, I love you. I hope you have a great day. I love you. Good night. However, so nothing's wrong with that. It don't matter how old your kid is. You could always say that. You can always get love and support. Praise accomplishments. When they do a good job, be like, hey, great job. You could even be like, man, you did a great job today. But hey, maybe next time, you know, really try to make sure you're watching the pitcher. And if it looks like it's going too high or too low, don't swing. But you did a great job today. Even if you're going to put in like your little advice in it, say what they did good. Don't just expect them to just do everything flawless and now they did it great and that was expected. Anything bad, you're going to bring them down for it. Praise them for the greatness and maybe let them know if they have to work on something. Constructive criticism is okay, but it does depend on how you say it. Be there when they need you. If they're going up to you, mom, dad, like, hey, can we talk? If you need a couple minutes to get yourself together, tell them that. Otherwise, make sure you give that time. Even if you're at work and think, hey, later I need to talk, you need to make sure you put that time to the side to give them what they need. Because at one point, they might not be coming to see you at all for that. So, it's thing to think about. And then, show interest in what they like. Still on the show love and support. Show interest in what they like. If they are into basketball, baseball, if they're into playing an instrument, maybe take them, to a game, even if it's not like a professional game. Maybe be on the couch with them and show them some stuff on the TV that is going to, kind of be in what they're interested in. Go outside, throw the ball with them. They're trying to learn an instrument. Maybe you should try to learn how to play the instrument a little too with them. And that's something that you guys can do together. Number 3, set clear boundaries and expectations. Be consistent with your rules. For example, hey, if you do this, I'm going to smack you. Like, is that really how you want to go about it? Maybe if it's that bad, you really might. But for the most part, especially for the parents that are going to keep saying that, but they're never going to do anything, like, why don't you start out with, like, hey, if you keep doing that, you're going to get your phone and all electronics taken away for the day. Keep doing that, you're going to be standing in the corner. And then if they do it, you have to actually give them the consequences, unfortunately. It's up to you on exactly how far and what the consequences are. Do what is needed. Ideally, try to keep it to what they actually did. Nothing too maybe extreme, like you're gonna break everything in their room, because you don't like how they said something, or they didn't take their shoes off when they walked in. Make it make sense in that kind of area. Also listen to their input and feedback. When you're setting these rules and boundaries, they may be like, hey, well, you're telling me to take my shoes off, but, I'm also going to be going to the basement and it's real, dusty, dirty down there. Could I keep them on while I walk to the basement? I'll be like, okay, sure. It might be like, no, but you can take them off, put them back on by the basement door, and then you can go down there. Like things like that, because they're not going to always know what you want. You may not even know what you want them to do until they ask you. Another one is, 4th is encourage them to try new things. Offer them new exciting opportunities. Like, hey, there's summer camp. They go out, they do little adventures. They have pool days. They do arts and crafts. It sounds pretty fun. Are you interested in something like that? No, I'm not. Okay. Well, hey, they're doing baseball over the summer. Would you be interested in doing that? I don't know. Well, hey, why don't we go outside and why don't we hit the ball around to see if you like it? Like help kind of give them ideals that they might even be interested in. They might not even know what they like. You don't know, but you're kind of putting options out there, and they're going to kind of see what they kind of take interest in, And also be positive and supportive in whatever they pick. You might have wanted them to be a football player, but they want to take dancing lessons. If that's really something they're passionate about, show interest in it. Show support in what they're doing. Show them that you want them to be happy. You want them to pursue their dreams, and they might only try it for a session, a year, but they might do it for a couple. Then they might just drop, or that might be something they're going to take into adulthood. You don't really know, and you don't want to, underplay it, off the bat without them really getting to kind of see. Praise their efforts and willingness for them to try new things. Like my one son, he likes basketball. He got into doing baseball, and he kept asking to do baseball a year ago. He got into basketball, loved it. Currently, he's doing baseball, and he's really not that into it. And we told him, like, hey, you're going to finish off the season. After that, you don't ever have to play again. But, you're giving it a fair try, and that's it. Really, if you really want to give it a try, you probably should give it about 2 seasons, maybe even 3. But, I'm not going to keep pressuring him. Let him finish out the season. Let him determine that for himself. And I'm going to let him know that he's doing great. When he does do great, when he has little things to work on, I'm going to let him know and help him what he can work on. Just things like that. Number 5 is stay consistent. So whatever you're doing, make sure you're being consistent. Create a schedule, a routine. You got overall big goals, break those goals into smaller goals to accomplish that. Remember, so all this stuff that you want your kids to do, to be better, for them to grow, you guys build a connection together. A lot of that starts out with the parents having to figure out ways to do this. And that's hard even on us. We have work. Some of us are going to school. Some of us got multiple jobs. Just however it may be, you overall have to find a way to be the glue that binds you and your kids. Because as they get older, they're going to be pushing away anyways, and you want to kind of keep some type of like attachment that if something goes bad, they're still going to come to you. If they have questions, they're going to come to you. Maybe if they want to try something in the future or anything, they're going to come to you. They're going to want your feedback. So, show positivity, show support, let them know that you're there for them. And with also letting them know, you got to actually make sure you are there. Because I could say, like, hey, anything ever happens I need to know, make sure you tell me. And maybe they'll tell me. But if I'm never checking in on them, be like, hey, how was today? How was this? How did that go? That I'm never going to really, know. They're probably not going to tell me for the most part, everything. So the more that I'm around engaging with them, the more likely that I'm going to catch them in the moment and they're going to be like, well, hey, this actually did happen today. Don't make them feel like, sometimes kids feel like they're bothering us coming up to us because we're just so busy, we have things to go on. That's not how a lot of us feel or we want our kids to feel. So we just have to make sure that inner love, the unconditional love that we have for them, that we would do anything for them, that we are the knight, that we will fight for them night and day. We have to also show that in the ways that we can on the outside so they know and feel that love and support as well. I wish you all the best. Everybody have a great day. Bye.